Good morning, High Brass, and happy Friday. Hope you've had a really great week trying to navigate these challenges of the transition to online learning. Hopefully, it's gone pretty well for you. Um, Always remember if you're having troubles with any assignment from any class, just reach out to your teacher. We all have office hours that we're going to respond pretty quickly. But outside those office hours, many of your teachers will respond throughout the day as they get messages from you. It could just be delayed. Many of us have our own uh, kids that we're helping through this time and keeping them occupied and learning as well. And so give us a little bit of grace period when we're doing that. And then in addition to answering emails and questions, we are also grading assignments and creating new assignments and content and help videos things for you for the next classes. In band, I mean that's a different video for pretty much every single class that I teach. Nothing is able to be carried over. So it just takes time to create this stuff for you. So hopefully it's working. Hopefully it's helping you. If it's not, please let me know what's not effective, and I would love to modify that so that my time is being used wisely and resources are available to you that are helpful. So I just want to go over kind of our game plan for today. Be sure that you click on the Google form attendance form and answer those 4 questions for me. Those really help again, planning future instruction. Anything that I'm seeing a lot of students respond with saying, hey, my teachers that are doing X and it works really, really well. My friend and I are really enjoying it. It seems to really help us kind of um, understand the content, what's going on. I like to share those with the staff just to let them know what's really effective so that they can use their time wisely as well. So, attendance form number one. If you have not signed up for a Smart Music account, please make sure you do that. It's a link in our Google Classroom announcement assignment for today. The things that you will need for today: Bentonville Brass warm up, your 7th grade scale sheet, your Essential Elements book number 2, the All Region Etude that I gave you the last Friday. It says trumpet, All Region Set 1, or French horn, All Region Set 1. So make sure you dig that out of your binder and have that ready to go as well. Trumpets, we're going to look at exercise number 43 in that. French horns, exercise number 49. They're actually the exact same thing. They're even on the same pitch. They're written on the same pitch. So French horns, if we were in class, you'd be playing in harmony or in an open fourth with a group, like we do sometimes. So just uh, when we get to that slide later, that's the reason I only have one uh, image up, is because it's the same for both, exactly the same for both instruments, except the exercise number. The other thing that you need is Jungle Dance. Remember, you have a recording of that due today. And when I say today, it's by 11:59 p.m. All of your band assignments are always due at the end of the day, just like when we do chair tests and things. Not due by the end of the class period at 10 a.m. or due by 3:35, but due by basically midnight. If you're have extenuating circumstances, maybe mom and dad are working from home and you can't play or practice during that time, you're more than welcome to turn in over the weekend. On Monday, I'll be going through and uploading grades and attendance for the week. So please make sure that you've got all that up to date so that it's accurate in eSchool. And the last thing that we're going to work on today is a high voltage, measure 7 to 30. I also have some things for you to work on over spring break with the governor's new declaration of encouraging everyone to travel just for necessity. I wanted to make sure you had some ideas of things you could practice. We're in day 4 right now. This is Thursday at 6:55 p.m. We're in day 4, and I'm starting to go stir crazy. And I've been able to get out of the house a few times to run some errands or go pick up some food. Um, so I can imagine spring break with nothing that you need to do, and how boredom can set in through that. So I've got some suggestions of things that you can practice to help you continue getting better on trumpet and French horn, um, and moving forward. And so those things that I'm encouraging you to work on, it's a contra F major scale and arpeggio, both those octaves. The bottom octave is really pretty simple. So I would assume that most of your time is going to be spent on that upper octave, maintaining great control. Uh, Working on jungle dance measures 40 to 57. Working on high voltage measures 30 to 43. Both of those are in smart music with a full thing assigned, with a full piece assigned, so you can get in and select just those measures or play the whole thing with the full band accompaniment. And in a moment, I'm going to share my screen with you and kind of go through some of the features of smart music and how to use it, just to help you out. And the other thing is working on that all region etude. And when we take a look at it in a moment, you'll see that it's all stuff type of stuff that we've been doing since about January, and it's going to be a piece of cake. Y'all are too good. This will be easy. All right. So what I'm going to do now is share my screen with you, and we are going to take a look at smart music before I change formats. So let's see. Here we go. Cool. So you should be seeing my smart music screen now. This is in bass clef. This is a tuba part of one of the of exercise number 91, but the interface is all the exact same. So at the very top, you've got the home button, smart music, tracks. This is how you adjust the volume for things like the accompaniment, and that is like the full band backtrack that you play with. I would encourage you for when you're working on it to keep it about 50%. It makes it easier to hear your part. I also encourage you to click the speaker icon next to my part and keep that all the way up when you're practicing, because what that is going to do is you're going to hear a computer generated trumpet or French horn sound that plays what you see on the screen along with you. And so turn the accompaniment down, which is over here on the left. You still want to hear it because it's just pretty stinking cool. And then keep turn on and turn up your part so you can hear it. The other track that you can adjust is the volume of the metronome. I would really encourage you never to turn this off. If anything, turn it up. This checkbox right here is for subdivision, so having it play the eighth note, one, te, two, te, and its clicks. That's totally up to you. If you feel like that helps you, turn it on. If it's too much oral information, leave it on just the downbeat, the 1, 2 clicks. Some other features of this. So my takes, when you're doing recordings by clicking that red button, your takes will be sorted by time, and it'll also give you, I haven't done any yet, but it'll show you what percentage or what grade you would have received based on that take. And so you know how accurate it is. So if you've been working on it for a day or a few days and it's an assignment that you need to submit, you can go back through there and find, okay, I felt like on Wednesday I had a really good take. My tone was just fantastic. And you can go back down and find the one from Wednesday, 98%, 100%. Click that one. It'll load that file back for you, and then you can submit it. So that's what that would do. If you have a really bad take or one that you're not happy with, you can click the delete button and it'll delete. Under assessment, pretty much leave that alone unless you're just playing around with it. I've been leaving it on lenient or easy tolerance. That just means how much milliseconds it gives you before and after notes to count it right or not. So just be aware of that. The loop option is a way that you can click a couple of measures. So let me do it right now. Clear. And play just those couple measures back and forth if you're having a trouble. And so what it does is it counts you off. 1, 2, ready, go. You play it. At the end of the measure, you hear silence, count you off again, and it restarts that measure. Just kind of how we practice in class sometimes. So you can go back over and over it again without having to stop the recording and go back to the beginning. The display gives you a few options too. If you are colorblind, you can click the button next to it and it'll adjust the contrast to make it easier for you to read. The highlight measure is really pretty awesome because if you tend to get lost sometimes, this will show you exactly what measure we're on. The cursor, which is the vertical line, has a few options as well. You can click the beat cursor, which means that it moves just on the downbeat, like on 1, 2, 3, 4, to help you know what beat we're on. The flow cursor does the same thing, but it's constantly in motion. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Just less of jagged movement when it goes through. Then the note cursor is really helpful if you're trying to figure out rhythm, because every time a note changes in rhythm, that cursor moves and bounces from each note when you should play it. Kind of like the karaoke sing along things from when you're in elementary school and the little bouncing ball is on the words. That vertical line is doing that same thing. So just a way to help, a visual way to show you where we are. I don't really keep it on the normal beat cursor, but you're welcome to change it to whatever you need. Down here on this third tier is your tempo. So this one's currently 97. Hit the minus button to go slower, plus button to go faster. Little swirly arrow dude goes back to what it was when you opened it. If you're having trouble with your microphone, click this little guy and you'll allow you to calibrate it so it's not too loud or not too soft. And it does it automatically. There's no setting that you change. It'll just play a tone from your computer. So make sure you don't have headphones plugged in, and it'll adjust that automatically for you. This little pitchfork guy is a tuner. So you can click that and play a note. Da tells you what note it is and if you're sharp or flat. So a great way just to get your pitch centered. This button will get rid of the song and the instrument line so that you can get a little more screen real estate for things. Hey kiddo.
Yes, what?
Hang on. This is how many beats you want to count off. And so if you want one full measure before it starts, it'll go 4 and go. You can lower it to 1, where it just goes click, play. Or you could do 2 full measures. So go to 8 beats and it'll go click, 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 go. And so you'll get that. All right, so that is, and then the last part is if you are recording and turning in an assignment here, Aria, say hi.
Hi.
If you are recording an assignment, you'll get a button right here that says submit, and that's how you actually turn the assignment. That's how you actually turn the assignment in. So that's how you use Smart Music for those purposes. So that's the last part of the video I'm going to use for today. I'm going to transition, and the slideshow, if you've looked at it anymore, has quite a few slides for today. And so what I did the clarinet class for Thursday's class, and it worked really well, is we're basically going to walk through a class, how we would normally do band. It's not a full 80 minutes. I think the clarinet class was a little bit under an hour, but you do need to set time aside and go through the audio with me. It's kind of like a play along type thing. And so we'll interact kind of one-sided as you follow along on those. Hopefully it'll help you learn some of the newer concepts or the things that you're having trouble with, and then give you some ideas on how to practice it and to get better. So I'll see you on the flip side.